I'm trying to get you to speak a little bit about like your journey and what you're thinking about, this climate right now and
Yeah.
how someone like you can affect change. We even have, these NBA players who are out in the streets. They're physically out in the streets
Yeah.
protesting, donating money. Just what do you think, athletes and figures like yourself in sports can do to push us forward to make sure that we don't take a step back?
Yeah, these can be uncomfortable conversations only if you allow them to be uncomfortable. If you're open, if you're a transparent person, then you can see other viewpoints. You can look at things through the prism of others. I've always tried to do that in my everyday life to begin with, but I'm hoping this is a turning point in the world. It doesn't mean that everything's going to change. It doesn't mean snap your fingers and all of a sudden all of our problems are solved. No. But what we now know is there's more of an awareness than ever before, and conversations are taking place that were not taking place. And that's really the first step. The next step is, to me, education more than anything else. Look, when I was growing up, people smoked left and right. My mom was a 2-pack a day smoker. She died of lung cancer at the age of 43. Talented woman who had many years in front of her, never got to meet my eventual wife, never got to meet her grandkids. Died, age of 43. Somewhere during the next 15 years, generation, it was pounded into people's minds that smoking will kill you. And what I've seen, probably more on Hudson's age level compared to you, Keith, but what I've seen is the younger generation, they really don't smoke. Yeah, they vape and there might be other issues, but the cigarette part of it was somehow taken out of it. And that was based on education and pounding it home into people's brains that this will kill you. It's not cool. Okay, how does this equate? We have to educate people, and it has to happen at an early age. And of course, it has to start in the home. It must. But there are many racists out there. So what they're teaching in their home is not going to help us. The education has to happen in the schools, and it has to happen every single year. Not one course over your high school career, not one class when you're in college. Every year, there has to be a class. And what happened, again, not comparing the two in any which way other than to understand what the end effect might be. Smokers, in many ways, were ostracized. They were told they used to be able to smoke in a restaurant, smoke in a bar, smoke on an airplane, smoke in an office building. Now they're told, no, 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 you have to leave. You want to do that? You must leave. You can't be here and do that. So they were ostracized. And we eventually have to get to that place where the belief system is so strong that those that aren't getting it and that aren't understanding it, they're pushed aside. And look, my hope is that sports can play a role in this because of the impact that players have, coaches have, ownership, all of that can play a major role in starting the transformation. On a personal level, the things that I can do, I can listen, I can pay attention, and I can continue to put good into the world. That's what I would tell anyone to begin with. You must put good. That's been a philosophy from day one for me. Positivity. Don't cloud our world with negatives constantly, and become a positive force. And that all falls under the umbrella of understanding your fellow man and fellow woman. And I'm hoping upon hope that we're going to look back on this and say, that's when change, actual, tangible change occurred.
Well said. I might have to use that analogy with the cigarette smoking. I've never smoked a cigarette, I've also never been racist or treated anyone differently because of, their skin or their
Yep.
background or their religion or anything like that. So I can equate that. And yeah, positive. For a while, I had like the praying hands and a lightning bolt on my profile, and it said positive energy only because, especially on the internet, there's so much negative
Oh,
energy. I'm
yeah.
always trying to like uplift, connect, and be positive with everyone. There's no point in always being negative. And we've seen a lot of people in leadership roles and in positions of power in the last couple of weeks come out and spew negativity, and that's not it. I do think we are on the way to a world where the belief system is strong enough that you won't be able to practice hate and negativity in most places. People will ask you to leave if you
Yep.
bring that type of energy into different establishments.